Popular Celebrities podcast is all unofficial. None of the conversations or comments from us or guests represent DoD or the armed forces.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Turn your volume up too. Turn your volume up.
Turn my volume up.
Turn your
Hold
volume
on.
up.
Y'all let me know because I feel like I sound
Your
fine.
volume
I
up.
don't know why
Your
it doesn't
volume
come out
is
that
low.
way. Hello,
Your volume
Philly.
is low.
Philly D.
What's up, man?
In the building.
What's up, man?
Nothing.
What's up,
But
my
another
lovely
show
people?
From unpopular
You should just leave that to me.
celebrities.
Yes. Leave that to me.
Unpopular. I'm done. Yo, this thing is fun. If you would vibe a lot more, it'd be a lot more funner. Funner?
Because
Is that a
it's
word?
corny. That's why. It's corny. I'm
You're
just being
corny.
honest.
You're corny.
That is one of the regrets I have is showing you voice mod. It's a regret.
Not a regret. It's a true thing. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
All right, I'm
Probably,
done.
hopefully. Can
Everybody else
please-
appreciates it. Everybody else likes
They
it.
do. Put in the chat if y'all appreciate it or y'all think it's corny. Put it in the chat.
Everybody else likes it.
Yo, everybody sign off. Let me know who's up in the building today. We got
the
a lot
building.
to talk about. Put
In the
down there who's
building.
in the building.
Are we gonna talk about CQ Brown?
Man, I wish your volume would go
We'll
up.
wait. What'd you say?
Here. So I wish your volume could go up a little bit more.
Hold on. Let me turn my volume up. Turn me up in the chat. All right. What about now?
That's better. Much
All right.
better.
Goodness.
Can we get the particulars out the way before we get started? All right,
Freddie
good.
Kincaid. Now you can keep the voice mod.
Oh yes, Freddie Kincaid. You let me know when I'm cleared hot. You know how you do your AFQC firing and they say cleared hot, but you don't go
see
in the
beginning show,
lanes. This
so
is
it's
the way.
Yo, Spalding, do you like the voice mod, or you think I should leave the voice mod alone? Your opinion might
sway me on where we go in the future for this show. You have a very big part right now to the show. As of right
What's up,
now,
Elijah?
huh?
All right, can we get through the particulars now?
Yes, sir.
The regular. Can I do it now?
Over to you.
Okay. Now, all right. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Unpopular Celebrities Podcast with yours truly. I am Philly DC, along with my co-host Pete, who is also doubles as the engineer and the business guy, and also our two other co-hosts, the lovely Jessica Player, who will be coming on potentially later on tonight, and then Del Brown, who's out in the belly of the beast in Korea, Kunsan Air Base, Korea, Reds and Wire, Open Fire. The four of us collectively, we are your unpopular celebrities. Thank you for joining us. Like, share, subscribe. If you can catch our radio show or podcast on YouTube, you can also catch it on Facebook as well. We come on every 2 weeks, particularly on Sunday or sometimes when we just friggin' feel like it. So join in and listen. And also don't be shy. Put your comments in there. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I know we haven't done our, what do we call it? Man, we ain't doing it in so long.
The corner?
Yeah, we haven't done a corner in a while, but we will reboot for March. This is kind of a sub corner. There's a lot of to talk about today. And I would ask you before we get started, check your feelings at the door. If you got something you want to say, sound off. Don't worry about political bull. Say what you got to say.
Damn.
Now, at the same time, say what you got to say to protect your career. But let's put the disclaimer out. Over to you.
Philly, first of all, you're frozen. Might have to
Ain't
jiggle
my
your
fault.
internet
I look
cord.
fine over here.
Well, as
You're
the
moving, I'm moving.
audience says, Philly froze. LOL.
Must be the what you call 'em. So wow, I'll jump out and jump back in.
Yeah, that'd probably
That's
be
an
the best
ugly
thing.
face too. Feel like I'm having an orgasm. I'm gonna drop out.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay. While Philly is out, I'll take over. Whoa. Big pause. Big, huge pause. Big Ayo, no Diddy. Big pause. Lot going on with that one. All right, he's back. He's back.
I was about to bust one.
Damn, okay.
Am I still frozen?
No, you're good.
All right, good.
Anything that comes from unpopular celebrities is all unofficial. All unofficial. None of the conversation or comments from us or our guests reflect DOD, Department of Air Force, or Department of Defense as a whole. The Armed Forces. That's what's supposed to be. Armed Forces as a whole. Big pause as we start out the show. What up, y'all? Sunday morning. Braceley, what's good? What's good?
Oh, I know Kenny got a lot to say.
Bruh. Oh, let me hit you with the bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah. Braceley, what's good, man? Good to have you on here. Baps on the show. I'm so sorry. Wish I would have screenshotted that. You can go back on.
There you go.
Watch it later and screenshot. Please, God, don't make that face again. She said, "Does it even matter anymore?" Bates, you starting off strong. Does it even matter? What are you referring to by chance? What possibly could you be referring to? Philly?
Well, what's that?
Oh, let me see.
I don't know if you was asking me or asking her.
I was asking both of you.
Okay. So look, man, like I said before I got frozen into my animation, there's a lot to talk about. Let me preface this by saying before we get started, we're going to talk about a lot of crazy stuff that's going on. I don't know about you, but I know about me. My feelings and thoughts are all over the place. All over the place. I'm feeling a certain kind of way about a lot of things. And I know you are too. This is your opportunity, your safe space to talk about what you want to talk about. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about, which I will be honest, I hate to say it, I wasn't surprised, but let's talk about the firing of General C.Q. Brown and General Slife from the administration. There was a flood of Facebook posts that was in shock and awe, posting pictures of General Brown, their interactions with General Brown, his speeches, his videos. Clearly, the majority of the people were upset that he was fired. So let's start there. Your thoughts?
Like you said, unpredictable, but predictable at the same time. Definitely see the writing on the wall for what's going on in this administration. I agree with there he is, Bracely, that Slife was more of a surprise. I don't want to steal too much of your thunder because you gave me a lot of good insight yesterday. So I'll just say there, I think you brought up a lot of good things that we talked about yesterday. I hope you bring up today. So I'll turn it back over to you to how you feel, because you brought up something good about the last administration with CQ.
Yeah. So these are only my personal thoughts, right? The reason why I think all this happened. Like, I think with General Brown, which is interesting, I think there's no mistake. There's no mistaking, like, this administration has a certain agenda, if you will. We all are aware of, this administration's thoughts on DEI. And then because of that, there has been a lot of comments about folks being in positions because of DEI.
How are you not surprised?
And so I will say General Brown has been serving the armed forces for 40 years.
God, dog.
4 decades.
He's a fighter pilot too, or was?
He's an accomplished fighter pilot, and he is a heck of a leader. And I believe when he got hired, he was more than qualified for that position. Not only for the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, but for the Chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff. He was more than qualified. But unfortunately, I feel part of the reason, too, one, the perception that he was hired by the former administration. Two, the perception of DEI. Because I find it interesting, the gentleman that was used or nominated to replace him as a 3-star general and was retired. But now he is back on the scene. I can't remember his name either. It was a crazy name. It was one of those crazy pilot nicknames he has.
Oh, yeah, the pilot nickname?
Yeah, it was some pilot nickname he
missed
has.
it.
So anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, please. 40 years, I didn't know that. I think what's effed up about any of this is that he didn't get a chance to retire. And I always say, in the Air Force specifically, or in the military as a whole, we do 3 things really well. Funerals, we do really well. Retirements, we do really well. And induction ceremonies, we do really well. Cain, like
Raising Cain. That's what it was. Raising Cain.
Oh. So
right. How fitting.
I do think we do these things really well. And for him, I wonder if he will do a retirement ceremony. I don't even know if you can.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I mean, just because he was removed from a position doesn't mean he can't have a retirement ceremony.
Okay, so let me make sure I get this right. Was he fired like you got to get out the Air Force? Or was he removed from a position like we got to find somewhere else for you to work?
Both. He was removed from a position. He's not in a position, but what position can he go into after that?
I don't
It's
know.
the most senior ranking position in the government for a military leader. So there's no, there's no going back. I think this is the end of his career. To your point, I think what we're trying to say is it's a sad way for him to end his career. And maybe we don't know what happened behind closed doors.
Right.
Perhaps there was a conversation between him and the president said, "Hey, General Brown, you serve our country well. Your thoughts and views do not align with what this administration is trying to do. I'm going a different direction."
Do you respect that?
I mean, that's a nice way of saying you're fired or whatever.
Do you respect that? If that's how the conversation happened?
If that conversation happened that way, I will respect it. Because it happens all the time. You have somebody, you get a new boss, and they say, like, "Hey, look, you're not matching up with what this company is trying to do. We're going to go a different direction." It's like what coaches go through. Now, I don't mean to to compare him to a coach. But if you look at it, you can have a world champion Hall of Fame coach. And then the owner, a new owner comes in and he says, hey, look, I want someone else. It's time for us to move on. We're going to go a different direction.
Right.
So maybe that happened. But I will tell you, I think the majority of folks, and matter of fact, hey, you guys in the comments, chime in at the bottom. Do y'all think he was fired, or do you think it was a mutual agreement to separate? So curious to hear what y'all think.
What do you think the possibility of it being a mutual agreement? Like 50%, 40%?
Percentages? I would say 50-50.
Yeah.
I think 50-50. I think the unfortunate thing is because of the way things are, we don't get a clear explanation of how it happened. We just hear about it through social media or the news outlets, and then we put 2 and 2 together. We just said, oh, he got fired. But then you look at it like let's see, Rob Roller. What's up, Rob? Not so sure that how it went down. Hexif said in an interview before being confirmed, Brown needs to be fired. Oh, didn't know about that. I didn't know about that one.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Rob, thanks for that, man. I didn't know about that. Kenny Bracely says fired. They told him he would stay on board.
Dang.
So I'm curious, y'all. Elijah says, I think it was a mutual agreement. I'm curious, y'all. Put in the comments. Do y'all think he was?
Go ahead.
Tell us why y'all think he was fired.
This administration doesn't have those type of convos. Yeah, that could be true. That could be true. That's so interesting that a lot of people think he was fired. Charles Davis. I always love when Charles Davis gets on. I'm confused. The official headlines was he was relieved. And that's why I was asking, like relieved, fired. I don't know. Oh. Hey, thanks, Rob. If you find the clip, let us know. I think we could throw it on here. I'm always so confused if we can throw them on here or not. But let us know. We're talking about CQ Brown right now for those that just got on. Said that if he was fired or a mutual removal, like Philly said, maybe got a call from the president and said, basically, this is the direction we're going. We don't see you going that direction. Or maybe you went so far with the other administration, we don't feel like you're the right leader to pull it back and be like, oh, I'm going to change my way of mind. So if that's the conversation, do you think that's a legit firing or let go? Because that actually makes a lot of sense.
Like I said before, I think there are cases where someone in your organization does not match or mirror up to what you're trying to do. And it may slow down what you're trying to do. And so you let them go. But see, here's the difference. There's a difference between you saying, hey, look, you agree that you don't agree. You agree that you agree, or we both agree that you don't believe in what I'm trying to do and why I'm in office.
Right.
And we both agree that it doesn't mesh up and we're going to clash. So in order to prevent conflict or to slow down what we're trying to do, we're going to let you go. And then we're going to move in a different direction.
It's interesting what go ahead.
Now I was going to read Freddie's. He said, fired like Nikki said, I doubt that this administration was having that conversation. There's a lot of swift action that feels like firing from the hip taking place. Okay, all right. So you know what? I was trying to put a happy or a positive, optimistic spin on this. But I can see y'all not going to allow us to. So let's just cut the crap. Let's just let's just move on and let's just cut the bullish. Yes, I agree. The way things are now, there's hardly any conversation. Things just happen. Let's see, Charles Davis says, I'm not understanding the point of what is being discussed. Relieved versus fired. Really, what you said makes sense. Thank you, sir. I'm curious, like, are there anyone in the comments, Philly, that sound like the tactical fire? Yeah. Is there anybody here that's listening that believes, or actually believes what we're doing so far with this administration is positive?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And let me preface this by saying, before you answer, I will say this. I'll give you my take. I'll be the martyr. Okay. I'll give you my take. I will be honest. When during the presidential election, I was not a fan of Kamala Harris. I didn't think she had the qualifications, or she showed the qualifications of being a commander in chief. I didn't. I was a little worried. One, because she was thrust into the spotlight because the Democratic Party didn't believe in President Biden. And I felt like toe to toe, debate wise, she was eating Donald Trump up. She was eating him up. But I don't think she got the support she needed from her party. I think there were some people that really wasn't really fully behind Kamala Harris. And I don't think they prepped her very well. So I was a little bit sketchy about whether or not she should have been elected. But now, I don't know.
right,
I
hold
just don't know. First positive thing, real quick. First positive thing, and I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
Immigration.
Okay.
I'll pause there.
I'm sorry, we diverted the conversation because Charles Davis said, or was it Freddie Kincaid? Freddie Kincaid said, did you see the 5 bullets for the email? The 5 bullets or you're fired email. And then Nikki said she got it in her inbox. So you're the first person I've met that actually said that they actually got it. So my question to you, Nikki, is what are you going to do? Are you going to... So some people like the FBI got it, and the FBI director was like, hold off, nobody do anything. But it seems like, and I hate to say this, from a way outside looking in, from the DOD standpoint, we're not saying anything. I haven't seen any chit chat as far, and maybe you have on your level, so you don't have to talk about it on here, but just where I'm at, I haven't seen chit chat as hold off, get these done, whatever. And then I also just saw something this morning that said that supervisor or they say managers will have the final say of if their responses are good enough or not. All right, a lot of comments. You want to read all these, or you want me to?
Kenny Bracey says, absolutely not. Look at how these commanders are overly executing tasks. There's no clear direction, more confusion. So, okay, so there's a lot to unpack.
Let's get to all these.
Okay. Kenny Bracey said, I think she was sabotaged. I agree. And Nikki says, nothing. Kick rocks.
You're not going to send in your 5 bullets?
Charles Davis says, look, we need to...
Go ahead.
Charles Davis says, look, we need to understand the election is not only about president, but the cabinet, administration, all that comes with it. Hey, you nailed it. Kenny Bracey says, I know a few.
Ooh, that's
all right. Tadera says, I don't think there was a conversation, but I do think POTUS respects him as a leader. She's referring to General Brown. Like Chief said, he didn't fit what they're trying to do, and believe y'all come after that statement. Look how POTUS handled General Milley versus General Brown. He hates General Milley. He doesn't hate General Brown. Oh, man. I'll give you that, too. That was a good point. Shay, what's up, girl? Nobody knows what's happening. Nobody knows what's happening. Just a time of chaos, and yet to see how any of this equates to increased lethality.
Ooh.
Oh, man, you guys are nailing it today. Man, Nikki says direction was don't respond. Okay. OSD handles that. Yeah, that's correct.
Who's
that's
OSD?
Correct. Office of Secretary.
Office of Special.
No, I think it's. Oh man, that's a good point. I suck. Black out my screen. I don't remember.
I don't know.
My civilians are going. Okay, so wait. Okay,
three more, and then we'll go.
Okay, all right. I'm on HR meetings like 3 times a week. Charles Davis says, commanders have told us to reach out to our civilians to tell them a hard stop. Okay, good point. Great thing. Steven, what's up, Steven? What if nobody replies? They can't fire every civilian in the Air Force. I love that one, too. And then Nikki says, CP, that's why we vote. Oh, no.
Oh, Office of Secretary of Defense. Thanks.
We need a third person to write all this stuff down. That's what I was going to say. I did say Office of Secretary of Defense, but I paused. Anyway.
Thanks, Freddie. Appreciate it.
First of all, thank y'all for listening.
Nikki,
and thank y'all for being on here, because like I was telling Pete last night, and I hope you guys agree, this platform is a trusted space for us to sit around a water cooler and talk about this stuff. Now, I don't know about you. Like I said earlier in the show, I have a wave of emotions I experienced this whole week. A lot of anger, frustration, and anxiety at the same time for various reasons. Freddie says, "Can we get back? Can we get back to equating this to the lethality, though?" Okay, let's go. Let's start there then. Nikki says something about
My boy.
you did this to yourself, my boy.
boy.
Damn. Okay.
My boy.
All right, my boy.
Who the hell?
And SB says Bruner, 2028. Go vote. Who's Bruner? Educate us. Who's Bruner?
Bruner.
Okay. All right. So lethality. Do y'all this idea that doesn't contribute to lethality? Where do you think that came from? Did that came from General Brown's tenure as the chief of staff of the Air Force? What do y'all think?
That what doesn't equate to lethality?
The idea of lethality. What contributes to lethality? Was that a normal term, or was that did that come from General Brown's?
He said me.
Oh,
I got you, big homie.
All right.
We got you. Hey,
I guess what I'm getting at is this GPC, the GPC stuff. And we talk about what I was telling Pete yesterday is, how we always tell people we're the greatest Air Force in the world. We have the greatest weapons and technology, but the most important weapon system we have is people, right? Do y'all still feel that way? All the stuff that's going on? Do y'all? So let's be honest. Can we all agree there is high confidence that the DOD may overspend?
Yes.
I mean, it's not a stab. I mean,
gig lines.
Gig line. Oh no,
We're going all over the place.
Yo, what are y'all? Pause, man. Y'all slow down, bro. Y'all.
Braceley is not up yet. He said he's not doing his uniform inspection in blues.
Kenny Braceley, your uniform inspection is coming up on the 11th, bro. Make sure your stuff is good to go. I know. I got the secret insight. It's coming up on the 11th. Make sure your quarter low quarters are squared away.
Oh, I fucked this up.
Okay, so let me rewind. All right. So again, here's the reason why I say that statement. I do agree, and this goes back to what I was trying to convey earlier. When we look at the current administration, the positive for me, immigration. Number 2, they want to eliminate waste of funds or money in the government, right? And I admit, like I said, I think we probably do overspend, but at the expense of federal workers. There's no other way. Now, let's be honest. You guys probably had somebody in your cubicle to your left, or your right, or down the hallway, that one person that can't seem to type an email correctly, or they just hang out at the water cooler and they go to the bathroom 5 times an hour just to get out of doing work, right? You probably have somebody like that, or whatever, right? You be like, how did they get this job? You probably have somebody like that. But I would argue there's more people who are superstar workers than those other people I just mentioned. There's got to be a better way of doing this. Nikki says they don't even know who they're firing.
Man, everybody's making great points. They aren't going to eliminate the waste. They just elsewhere, the waste elsewhere. What? They're just going to waste. They're just elsewhere. The waste elsewhere. What?
He was just typing real fast.
Nobody holding Lockheed Martin accountable.
Man.
Hey, 100%. Hey, you know what? Shay said something interesting. Sorry it's not up here. I was typing something else. I was trying to look at who Balmer was. But everybody's putting CQ Brown on their picture. So I was like, man, who the hell is this? So I thought it was CQ Brown for a minute. Firing the civilian force that was increased in order to maintain continuity during increased deployment tempo. So back to what I always says, if we're not at war with nobody, what we need all these civilian for?
It is interesting. It did say something about, to the 5 bullets point, it said, why do we need a job if it's not mission critical? Yeah.
I mean, it's a good point. Oh, thanks.
We are
Rob.
all over the place.
Thanks, Rob.
He just shared the thing.
how do I put this on here? Yeah, you're right, Nikki. You're right. We're not at war until we're at war. You're right. He doesn't mention Brown's name. Okay, I won't play it then. Dang, that's crazy.
So I really do
Okay,
want to go
I got
back.
you.
Is there anybody in the comments that are willing to share their thoughts? Just put a couple of bullets. Oh, I shouldn't say bullets. Just put don't put bullets. Bullets is bad. Put a couple of words and thoughts down there in the comments. How do you feel about how things are going? Charles Davis says U.S. aid is
I saw
$41
that.
billion and the federal budget is $6 trillion. That is only 0.014%. So what are we talking about?
So if we
Jay
go back
says
to high
if we
tempo,
go
yeah.
back to a high deployment tempo, they would have to surprise re-increase positions.
Or they're going to do a draft.
Yeah.
Or a
Yeah,
draft.
it's too soon for the bullets. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me transition to you, Pete. Like I shared one thing positive, immigration. Is there anything positive you can share about this?
I think
how things are
there's
going?
positivity if I really take a look at it, and I'm really trying to forward think here. There's positivity to the fact of where we spend our government budget at. If somebody is allocated to look at this now, what I don't think is positive is trying to take steps before you realize where stuff is spent at. And I think they're trying to do both at the same time and merge it. And it's starting to cause chaos between us as far as humans. And because what it's going to be is survival of the fittest. It's going to be, I don't care about you. You don't care about me. I'm taking care of mine. You better take care of yours. That's what it's going to turn out to be. And really what it's going to be, if you don't own it. Okay, I'm sorry. If I would take the worst scenario, what it looks like is if I own something and you're my friend, I'll hire you. If not, you're not on my team. So all it's going to be is a bunch of like-minded people running operations. I'm using this as a bullet word, providing valuable comments to popular. Hey, hi.
Hey, actually, somebody, I'm not going to mention names, but somebody actually did that. I saw it in EPR. I won't mention who. I won't. Yeah.
Hey, that's
The Gooch,
huge.
what's up, bro?
Pete tried to come up with something, but he don't have nothing.
No.
What you mean? I'm so lost. Where'd that come from? This is being done by a computer programmer. Not. Oh, I didn't know that. The Netflix documentary about to be the first 100 days of administration is gonna be nuts. Hey, Freddie, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. The world is ran by. Hey, you ain't lying either. You ain't lying either. So that's a positive I can come out to with that. We got a lot of people on here, so chime in, and we could also start the Star Train if somebody wants to get on the Star Train. Start that off while we got a bunch of people on here because we always need money to come back. Can you read that?
Who want to get on the Star Train after this?
I know,
Might
right?
be
We
losing
need
their
some
job.
you might not have a job on Monday,
What's
but
up,
we need some
Faith
money.
in the building? The great Faith Donovan, Michigan girl. Let's see. I may not agree with this approach and methods, but I knew change was going to happen once he took office. We have been through good and bad change before. Either we adapt and lead from the front, or we will become what everyone thinks we already are as Americans and as an airman.
I don't disagree with any of that. I really don't. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, 20 stars in the building. 20 stars in the building. Woo! Thank you. Yeah, 20 stars in the building.
I don't feel like a woo, but I'll take it.
Oh, yeah. Brown just sent us 20 stars. Shout out to my fellow diamond wearer. The idea of getting rid of waste is great. That's what I say. The execution of the plan has been horrible.
Hey, I give you that one.
100%.
Eric, that was a brilliant comment. I agree with you 100%.
First sergeant.
This idea to eliminate. So here, let me ask you this. Let me just say this real quick. To Eric's point, I agree 100%. The idea of eliminating waste is brilliant. It is. The execution is bad, in my opinion. I would ask this: where is the money going to go? Like the money we're saving, where is it going to go?
Y'all need a third wheel to read all the comments. Damn, getting one of these let go civilians. Get one of these. He said,
What?
he said, Charles, I don't know why it didn't come up, so I apologize. I don't know why it's not coming up right now. But he said, y'all need a third wheel to read all the comments. Damn, get one of these let go civilians.
Oh, that's too soon.
The 5 bullets is the same thing. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Shay. I think Shay, because Shay has donated stars, Charles, so his comments show up. Oh, yeah! Just something to throw in there. Now, that's the crazy part. That Shay is 100% right. The 5 bullets is the same thing that he bought. Twitter X has been trashing. 100%. 100%. You ain't lying. They allegedly just gave Tesla. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And you know what? So, hey, I'll ask y'all because I really want to know y'all opinion. Not that I'm going to do it, but I just want to know y'all opinion. I'm a Tesla driver.
Get rid of it.
Do you think I should get rid of my Tesla?
Get rid of the Tesla.
Do you think
Get
that
rid
just
of
to make a statement, I should get rid of it?
Yes. Get rid of it. Silent protest.
That's a Tesla noise. That's Tesla noise. Do you think I should get rid of the Tesla?
That sounds like the noise you hear when you get an email that says, send in your 5 bullets. Do, do, do.
Thank you, Gooch. Wait, I'll go to it in a minute. Money we're saving 20% as taxpayers, 20% towards debt. Where the other 60% is going, nobody knows. Conflict of interest.
Great
Tony
job,
says,
Rob.
no,
I agree with you.
you would be a Tesla driver. That's not the point. That's not the point. Stay on track. Stay on track. The Tesla contract started under. Thank you, Roller. Thank you.
Hey, you know what? Hey, let me pause real quick and give Rob his flowers because Rob is on the roll today, boy. You on the roll. Because I didn't know that.
By
That's
the way, Philly, you're frozen again. Trump was supported. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Robert. That's what I was trying to tell everybody. Pete, your Tesla trade-in is going to get you hey, you ain't lying, because I ain't going to get, I'm way under. Like I said, I ain't going to do it, but I'm way under right now. It's ridiculous. Y'all saw the movie with Julia Roberts where Tesla drivers were driving it. Yeah, and it was actually a really good movie. Does that Julia Roberts? It was actually a really good movie. I really enjoyed that movie, but that was crazy. But I do think that Teslas are going to start crashing into each other soon. But every car company is starting to do autonomous driving. Y'all better invest in Tesla. Thank you. Hey, he's dropping some. Hit it too many times. He's dropping some nuggets, y'all. Go ahead, Wiz. Not financial advice, but go ahead and invest in Tesla. Not financial advice. The money's going to change Greenland and Gaza Strip. Hey, Robert, appreciate that. This is why I'm glad you're on the show. I'm glad you're part of the show because you also follow that stuff. So I really appreciate it. iRobot about to be a reality. 100%. Did you see the Shay, the convention, the convention they have in Vegas with all the technology? And I think they said like 70% of it was about robots, whether vacuum cleaners or dogs, or Shaq even came out during the All-Star game with a dog.
You're talking about the CES conference.
CES, thank you. Yeah. You think this is season for we could talk about this, man. That's
I don't want to. No, we ain't talking about that. I want to talk about the folks who might be ended up with no job. Let's talk about that. It's hard to think about investing when you don't know if you're gonna have no job. Not only that, you folks that may be in the comments that's not concerned about this. How do we know they're not going to go after VA benefits next?
Oh crap!
Alarmingly quiet around here.
Faye just wrote a long.
Oh good Lord, that's too small. Hold on, I can read over here. Analogy. This is from Faith Down. Analogy. Ever watch two kids play with building blocks? One is focused on building things up, and the other is focused on knocking things down. Neither has a negative value for the blocks, but both can get in their feelings about it if they decide to focus on how it impacts them. And y'all comments is all over. It knocked her comment down. I'm sorry, Faith. Let me find it. Because I lost it. It's on the screen, but it's so small because it's so many
They
words.
can change it. even take away some of the bricks, but they can't change how we feel about them. We control how we react and if we still want to rebuild.
Yeah, I agree.
I made some changes during the season 45. What's season 45? Is
He's
that
talking about this current administration.
Oh, okay. What question did you ask? Because a lot of people say they are.
So, man, what? Oh, maybe the
VA
folks.
benefits. VA benefits.
Yeah, VA benefits.
Yeah. You think they're gonna come after? So go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I don't know about y'all, but looking at Tony says it's already in motion. I look at some of these comments, man. There was a comment on one page. There was a story of a lady who's a GS6 who has a military. Her husband is military. We don't know for sure about VA benefits, but that's supposed to be a bit tougher. But anyway, long story short, she was upset because she was afraid to go to work Monday because she thinks she's going to lose her job. And somebody chimed in on the comments to say, welcome to the civilian world. This happens to us each and every day. If there's got to be a half-ass, half-brain comment to say some nonsense like that, no one should be happy or smiling about somebody losing a job, especially if they did nothing wrong. Nobody. And so it's all fun and games to start hitting you at home. Case in point, the VA benefits. I don't know about you, but VA benefits is what military members earn after their years of military. And just like the federal government, there's probably some people that shouldn't be getting VA benefits, or not as much as they should be getting. Some. But that's the key word I said. Some. There are more that earned it versus the some. In that case, go after them, but don't harm everybody else.
Can you read this, or is it too small?
Man, it's too small. I'm gonna have to go in the comments. Let's see. Ooh, that's a lot of comments there. Man, we gotta work on that one.
This is a problem with far left politics and far right politics. I think we can all agree there's no logical reason to fund sex changes for minors, just like we should have been blindly firing the civilian workforce. But because people pledge allegiance to politics parties, they overlook the foolishness to ensure their candidate wins. And I'm talking about both sides. Nothing but two wings on the same broken ass bird. Tony Box. Damn, that's a good point. Lampkin. I think I said that wrong. That's a good point. Faith. Oh, okay. Comment to Faith's point. Like Trump's wanting to take over the post office. That's another crazy thing. Impossible for him to do so since he's removed cabinet positions since 1997, falls under Congress while he backed. Potentially, this is big. Thanks, Bracely. Potentially after January 2026, if you receive benefits after the date, your amount is supposed to drop to 30% at the age of 67. That's pretty crazy. Well, Senate just voted to reject petitions from vets. Protection for vets, toxic exposures, benefits. So it starts there. Burn pits. They're trying to adjust VA benefits for people that do 2 years and get. Now, I mean, that's the bad part.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a tricky one.
Exactly. Thank you, Charles. No,
I will. Let me
matter.
Allow me to give you your flowers. There was a couple of shows last year ago when we had a debate about voting before the presidential election, and Pete was getting some heat because he felt like voting didn't matter, like your vote don't matter. And I would tell you, after these past couple of weeks, I think he was right. I think he was right. He's right.
Thank you.
He's right, man.
Thank you.
Where?
Thank you.
What is?
Thank you.
You know, and then the other comment, somebody said, I hope the people he's firing the people that supported the president. That's a bad statement too. No one wins when it comes to this. Nobody. At least his literacy has increased.
Practice.
Kinda.
Practice. Yes.
Okay.
See, Bostic, I agree. Voting on all levers matter more than presidential voting. I agree with that. Voting, I always said this, congressmen, bills, stuff like that, that stuff matters because that affects you or it has more effect on it because there's no electoral college or anything like that. It's just straight popularity vote. So I agree. And usually, well, except for Congress, it's usually not for a person. It's more or less a bill, yes or no. Do you want it? Do you not want it? So, yeah, I agree. But we don't have to talk about the voting thing. What do you feel about everybody putting pictures of CQ Brown on their social media? What's it called? A handle?
Before I answer
Profile
that,
picture?
I want to ask, where the duck are all the Democrats at?
Oh,
Where's Kamala Harris?
wait a minute.
Where's President Obama? Michelle Obama? Can somebody, where, like these folks, to y'all point, when y'all say voting really matters outside of presidential election, where the only one I've heard from is Jasmine Crockett. That's it. Where's everybody else at?
Congress did.
Anyway, to go back to your question, what do I think about everybody putting his picture up on their Facebook profile? I will tell you, when I first saw it, I'm like, yo, usually people do that when somebody passed away. He didn't pass away. He got removed from office. But I get the context of why people were doing it. I think it was just a matter of people showing respect to him. You know, Alicia says, voting aside, I want to know where we lost humanity and moral compass. The people are okay with fall. That's what I've been that's what I've been trying to say, man. Like, what am I missing here? This is madness, man. She just made a speech about it at the NAACP Awards. Who was it, Michelle or Jasmine Crockett?
Kamala.
Well, I want more than speeches. I want, what's the term they use about protests? We did the same thing with Kay Wright. Kay Wright didn't get fired, though. Republican senator from New Mexico just went off about how things are going. I don't want them to go off. I want them to go off and at the White House. You know? Tony B says, let's be honest. What are they going to do? I'm not reading that because you know what? I ain't reading that because I don't agree with that. I'll read it. Let's be honest. What are they going to do? This dude got the stick of his boys to help him push his agenda. No speech in the world about to stop this train. I disagree.
Oh, first of all, you're frozen.
I disagree.
First of all, you're frozen again. Second thing, and you're frozen with your mouth open. But if we could change that, that'd be helpful to the viewing audience. But I definitely agree. Definitely agree.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but it's funny. I definitely agree. What are they gonna do about it? Because they're not gonna say nothing crazy that's gonna jeopardize where they work at. They don't want to get fired, so they're not gonna say nothing crazy. I mean, shoot, they just stripped Biden's security clearance.
But that's different. But that's different though. That's different. That's different though. That's different.
I'm telling you, it is.
So hold on. Y'all guys agree with the gooch? Do y'all agree with Pete and the gooch? Do y'all believe this is pointless? Like, resisting is pointless. Do y'all agree? It sounds like y'all agree. Alicia says, I saw a vet talk about good trouble. We need more of that.
What's good trouble?
What is good? What is good about this? Where's the good?
Where is the line? It's not.
Where is the lie? It's not enough Democrats to fight.
It's a good point. But it shouldn't be. See, this is the problem. It shouldn't be about Democrats and Republicans. It should be about the right thing to do for humans and the right thing to do for the United States of America. That's what it should be about. And what it's starting to turn into. Shay said, who's the gooch?
That's Tony B, man. There's a story behind that. Tony Bostic is the gooch.
DC, they can't go in the White House. He gave all Martin treatment against Stephanie. This is the part I disagree. It shouldn't be about Democrats and Republicans. Where all the Democrats at? It should be about where are the people at that's saying that this is not right, that our middle class is being treated like this? But
Yeah.
the upper class ain't gonna do that. I'm telling you, it's the have and have not season. Tony Boss says the season for investing is the have and have not season. That's how I feel about it. Congress better learn how to stand in the yes, justify no to the documents. It all. Only way we can come back after. I don't know if there's any coming back for a while. I'll tell you, if anybody wants to run as an independent in 4 years, that's your time. That's your time. Facts. But they don't know what it's right looks like. John Lewis, look it up. Good trouble. Okay, we're gonna look it up.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Makes sense now.
There are certain people who won't speak up because their pockets are lined for future running. 100%. 100%. They don't agree. They don't disagree. They just happy it ain't them. Can you read that one, or is it too small?
Eric J says the issue that lies with any two-term president is the day they get reelected is they have, I agree, no fear of what happens with the fallout because they can get reelected. Push their agenda and get people in places that support them. Otherwise, as Robert Davis says, get the step. Hey, I would. Hey, he's mentioned or hinted at potentially a third term.
I saw that, but then if they do that, it looks like President Obama can run for a third term.
No.
Well,
Nope.
how they're trying to change it is that
Nope.
there was a break in the.
No.
Okay.
I think the reason is, and now I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I guess the reason why I kept saying no is because I think his intent is to be. My speculations, his intent is to be similar to Putin and similar to Xi Jinping, and that's to be a long-term president.
Yep.
I think that's the intent because there was a couple of things he said on the campaign trail about not having to worry about voting, about it's going to take more time than 4 years to clean up the country, and who knows what's going to happen. There are some people that believe this is all good. Some people believe this is all good and on different levels. So who am I to say like this is bad? That's just me. There's some people probably think this is a good thing.
I just think, I hate to say it because in the forefront right now it looks bad, but I am not in these meetings to know what is going on in the future because I'm sure they're thinking about the future. I don't know. And I'm really not smart enough or been around or studied that much to know what the greater good is of this impact. And maybe there is none. Maybe it's just make the rich richer. I don't know. But I would hope.
Is Rob Roller still here? Because I want to ask this question. How many, before this administration, how many presidents wanted to create a law and they did it through how many executive orders? This has got to be the most executive orders ever, right?
Let me check.
I mean, look at the majority of the stuff that has happened. All these executive orders, I lost count. It's up to maybe 100 or something.
I thought it was 80 something.
But
you might be right.
What happened to between Congress or stopping and be like, hey, we ain't doing that. We need to have a debate. Where's that? I know there's been a couple of federal judges that one particular tried to stop him from, I forgot what it was. It was in the news earlier last night. But anyway, I'm just curious.
Okay, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
Donald Trump signed a total of 220 executive orders during his first term from January 17 to January 2021. As of January 2025, 72 of them, or 33%, have been revoked from I'm sorry, that was a bad stat. I should have read the whole thing before I said that. President Biden signed a total of 162 executive orders during his 4 years of office. And Donald Trump has rescinded 67 of them. So a lot of them is just rescinding what Biden put in. But that doesn't give you your answer. I still haven't found your answer.
I guess my point is the more that happens, the more momentum. You know how like you have, and I don't want to use that term because people might take it the wrong way. You know how like say you have a leak in the boat and you're like, it's not that big a leak. And then another leak pop up and another and another and another. That's what it sounds like, seems like to me. It's like the more we go down a specific road, the more that can happen. It opens up the aperture. So in this case, you know, when we talk about VA benefits or we talk about other initiatives, they're all on the table. And these things that are on the table hurt everyday Americans. They do, unless you're rich. I have a mother, just like many of you probably have a somebody who's on Medicaid. What happens if that get cut? Or Social Security? Anyway,
Okay, so Bill Clinton did 364 during his 4 years. President Bush, after that, Jr., did 291. President Obama did 277. Donald Trump, his first time was 220, and Biden did 160. Ronald Reagan did 281.
Ronald Reagan.
Your boy. So I don't have the number for it says only 26. Oh, he did 26 on Inauguration Day. So he did set the record for how many he did on Inauguration Day. Biden did 9, Trump did 26. This is according to usafacts.org. I'm not reading the comments, so I'm sorry.
All these executive orders that the previous presidents did, how many of y'all remember them? And here's the reason why I asked that. A good majority of executive orders seem like they have hurt some normal everyday American.
There go Robert Roller. You had a question for.
Rob Roller says, wait until Trump learns DACA was done by EO. Upheld and encouraged reports, but still. Rob, tell me DACA, what does that stand for? That's Trump goes, slam the EOs. And you talking about equal opportunity? Too many to fight right now. Help me out, Rob. Thomas White said, because there's a Hove bar for everything, the HOV bar, I guess, the homie said Hove. There ain't many of us. I told him less is more.
There's plenty of us.
There's plenty of us. Okay.
That was Jay-Z
bar
line.
from Jay-Z? Oh, okay.
God.
Yeah,
did you see
Shay
the...
says,
oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Shay says, did you see the breakdown of hourly man hours equated to wasteful ceremonies?
Oh, no, I see.
Oh, I want to go back to the gig line, too. What do y'all think about the gig line piece? Let's go a little bit lower.
Oh, the Dreamers.
Dreamers. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Let's go a little bit lower. What do y'all think about the gig line?
Hey, Valis Whaley, you gotta tell us what you think about that. Former TI, you gotta tell us what you think about that. Cause I'm lost with this whole gig line thing. That's why we
Alicia says,
oh, go ahead.
His are for pettiness and hurting people. I can't dispute that. I'll be honest, y'all. I've been trying to give it a chance, but it's hard. My faith is starting to dwindle. Eric J says, the fear for me is watching us step further away from capability, selling us back for the national security, and my kids will end up fighting a war we aren't prepared for due to the damage we might be causing now. Everyone has a vision. Everyone has a vision, but we aren't agreeing on the way forward. Back to the analogy from earlier about the kids with its blocks. Sorry about that, man. It's small font.
Great things about the gig line. First of all, Tony Boss says it's a standard. Understand that.
Tony, Gooch, I'm gonna be honest. Where was it ever a standard? I don't remember it being written anywhere. It was a thing. When I came in 94, it was a thing that we were taught gig line, but I don't recall it ever being in the 2903. Maybe
interesting. I don't remember in 2903. I have to look that up. But
gig line was always a thing. It just was never written anywhere.
She said, so I corrected the training and the MTI said there is no gig line anymore.
Exactly.
When was the gig line? That's my problem. When the hell was a gig line a problem?
Oh, it was a problem. It's just nobody enforced it. Dave says someone AFA got in their feelings about the gig line. Ooh, you must got some juicy dirt. All those people wearing unauthorized patches, agreed. And then not wearing blues right, agreed. That was a personal one for someone. Ha 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 ha, in my opinion. And
BMT
Tony says,
says-
in BMT, T.I. said, line that damn gig line up. So I did it. Yeah. That's
Oh,
how I
yeah.
learned what a gig line
Yeah.
was.
That's the only way
You
I
know?
learned.
But do y'all, but so
let me
here's my
look
thing. Do
that
y'all
up.
agree with all, like, there's people tripping about these standards of readiness reviews and the gig line. Do y'all think it's like blown out of proportion? Or do you think it's well needed? I'm just
You know-
curious.
You know what's crazy for our security forces? This is so regular day to day for us.
No,
That
it's
it-
not. No,
Explain.
not anymore.
I mean, you ain't been
Okay,
a cop
if
for
you're
10
talking
years,
about
so-
from the perspective of standing in guard mount, yes. But how many defenders actually go through guard mount and do open ranks inspection? I would argue very little.
Hold on,
Not
let
like
me-
it used to be.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just looked this up. So 1 February 2025, the new 362903 just say in number 5 adds the definition of gig line. So I don't think it was ever in there.
That's what I'm saying. They added it in there. It was never something written. It was something known that you were taught.
Yeah, it says when a member wears shirt tucked into trousers or slacks, the front fly open, the button front edge of
Yep,
the shirt, the
line
outside
all
of
the
the
way
belt
down.
buckle
And your
And-
belt buckle is supposed
Yep.
to be lined up. It's the gig line.
creates a gig line. Yep. So that's the
Shay
only
says it
time
is
it's
blown
written.
out
It
of
just got
proportion.
added.
Shay, when you say it's blown out of proportion, what do you mean? To what end?
Charles Davis says, was the gig line about it not being straightened up or down the I don't know what the I that's my whole thing. I don't know what the big deal of it was. Like, was no way that somebody's t-shirt was way over here to the left. Like, maybe it was just off a little bit.
No, you'd be surprised. I
Really?
see.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if your stomach's too
Yeah.
big, it's hard to straighten.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the only way I can think
Yeah.
of your gig line not being right.
Yeah.
Is your stomach too big, or
Yep.
you're just shaped funny? But I'm not picking on nobody at all. But that's the only thing I could think of. I just don't understand why that was an MFR focus. I don't understand that either. Meanwhile, the Chief Master Sergeant's got Kia in the. Ooh, don't understand ground tactics, but I digress. That's funny.
Killed him, actually.
Hold on. I can't move. this
Don
chat.
Trey says UPC is big time now. Y'all should have a producer researching facts for you and tell you to answer your earpiece and just ask someone to read the comments for you. I agree.
Yeah,
Hey, anybody, I'm not going to use the comments somebody else made. I don't want. Let's hope no civilians get fired. But if you're interested, let us know.
but while
Shay
you're,
says because when you get issued your uniform, they explain how your belt should look. I guess exactly. That's how I learned. That's how I learned.
but while y'all are waiting, if y'all want to jump on the Star train, feel free, so we can help hire some more people. Every bit of proceeds that go to Unpopular Celebrities goes back into Unpopular Celebrities to make this broadcast the best it could possibly be. In basic training, yes, no straight gig lines. It's needed. We look like a bunch of Keystone cops walking around the
I
base.
agree.
A civilian looks like
agree.
us and truly wonders, can this sloppy looking dude protect us? And even worse, our enemies say they look lost and weak. Ooh, Shay. Not stressing you out.
Fatality.
This is crazy. And these are people I call friends. These are people I call friends. This is crazy. The gig line is about the base. Hey, you know what, Jay, when we went through shirt school, they didn't say one thing about a gig line, and we wore blues once a week. And we got inspected. Not one person looked at a gig line. And I guarantee mine was off. Guaranteed it was probably off. The focus went back tactile. Yeah. Kenneth Bracey with the 50 stars.
Oh, yeah.
Very much appreciated. Hey, UPC, y'all hired. We're about to start hiring, but we don't pay well. I ain't gonna hold you. We demand
said
a
we
lot
don't
and
pay
don't pay
well.
well at all. So I ain't gonna hold you. Just
thank
want to
you,
get you
Kenny.
prepared what you might be walking into. We demand a lot. and the pay ain't worth the hours that you're gonna put in. But if you want to, we're here. Because you're a senior CO, I'm sure the gig line focus was. Oh, good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Never had a problem firing an expert with my gig line offsetter. Nominate Scott Roy. Hey, Scott Roy would be a good aspect to. Yo, I've been trying to get him on, and he's been ever since he put on Chief. He's been ducking and dodging me. Shirt school with damn it.
Yeah. Hey, real talk. I agree.
Damn, Tony B. What the word? That's crazy. Why you say it should be a mental health course? Goodness gracious. Look. Truth, if we as senior CEOs aren't housing basic uniform, I think it's following basic uniform things on us as FSA, then we got bigger issues. That's true. That's true. But I mean, I was so nervous about our uniform inspection. Then I saw how the first one went. I was like, oh, this is a joke. I ain't worried about it. But since we on it and like firing up braces. Ooh, that's a good point, Shay. Thank you, Shay. What y'all think about the beards? What's up with what y'all think about the beard guy? Who here thinks, I guess, what's the percentage of people who are actually going to get their waiver relooked at or just hope people don't ask for it?
They don't have a choice. After your PHA, you will get reevaluated. They don't
But
have
somebody,
a choice.
so say I get reevaluated and they'll be like, nope, you don't need a shaving waiver. I still got to
You
wait
don't
for
get
somebody
one.
to come ask for it before I shave.
Come ask for what you mean.
Like, hey, you need a shave. I'd be like, I'm on a shaving waiver.
And then you will produce your waiver.
So you have to carry it around now.
You should. It's not a requirement, but you should.
Shout out Faith Donovan for the 100 stars.
Oh,
Really appreciate it. Thank you for keeping us going. Really appreciate that. All right, good night, Faith. Hey,
Miss
hit me
y'all,
up when
miss
you
you
wake
too,
up.
girl. Enjoy.
He said I will because I have to. Okay, good point. Really simple, straight to the point. Makes perfect sense. Stop talking about that garbage. Should have never been a real top. Which one? Beards? The base I'm at, everyone near. Yeah. Hey, don't worry. That's every base. Everyone has a beard. Uh-oh, Jarvis in here. Oh, Lord. I just did my PHA and nobody asked me anything.
Because it's not March. It's March.
Oh, okay. I was about to
After
say.
March 20,
Okay.
after March 25, you have your PHA, it will reevaluate your waiver.
I'll move this up.
Boy,
Hold
Charles Davis says, boy, my son called me talking about beard this, beard that. I said, boy, get off my line and make sure you're gig line. Savage.
Make sure
Fatality.
Savage.
That was a thing back in the day. I still got some of my.
You
old
know,
waiver
my thing, here's
cards.
my, so to me, everything they're doing now between the duty identifier tabs and beards and the gig line
funny.
is because folks have been abusing it to the point where it has caused so much attention. You know, the sad thing is,
It's gonna be
I
an
think-
EPR bullet for somebody.
the sad thing is, I think beards actually had a chance of being normalized in the Air Force. In other words, approved. But you know what ruined it? These people that got beards, knowing full well they didn't really need it. And I'll take it back. It's not entirely their fault. It's the medical community too. There are people who got beards or people who didn't have waivers and they were walking around with beards. And you know, it's funny. Some people say, well, no, you don't. Prove it. Prove it. No one's going to release on social media a list of the people who got letter of reprimands for having a beard without a waiver. But it's happened. 99 cent by Tony Bostic. Thank you, my boy.
Wait. I'm gonna have to check the stats on that. Okay, yep. Shout out to. I thought he just typed 99 cent. I didn't think he actually sent it. I thought he actually just typed it. But shout out, give him another oh yeah, please. Shout out to Tony Boston.
Oh yeah!
Hope this fixes. Hey, he said, hope this fixes Philly's internet. We all hope it fixes your internet. So
It ain't
we'll
my
make sure-
internet. It's a janky program. My internet is good.
Oh, why you talking about the program?
I'm just being honest. I got fiber over here and I'm hardwired, so it ain't me.
Here we go. Here we go. It ain't me. It can't
I got
be me.
fiber.
This is look. Philly is the definition of I can't be the problem. Religious accommodation spark. That's why. Yep. 100%.
Yep, that too. Yep,
Yep.
all these Norse pagans. Yep.
Yeah.
Do
I
it.
got an LLC for A1C for not have. I
I
got
did
the same
too.
thing. I got the same thing.
I did too.
Taught me one. Hey, all I had to learn was one time. Taught me my lesson.
What is it that makes people believe because you're a specific religion, a certain religion, that if you don't have, like, say, if I'm a Norse pagan, and I don't know anything about a Norse pagan, I'll just say it right off the bat. But the point I'm trying to make is if I'm Norse pagan, or I follow Islam, or I'm a Christian, if I can't have a beard, I'm not displaying that I'm a true believer in my religion. What part am I missing? Like, if I'm a Christian and I want to wear a cross, just because I can't have my cross displayed outside my t-shirt and uniform, does that mean I'm not a Christian? If it was up to me, no one's asked, but Dana Council's thing is they should do away with all religious accommodation.
Oh.
They shouldn't have it.
Yep. You wouldn't be the chief master.
No
of the Air Force.
beards. No
wouldn't last-
beards.
you
Like,
wouldn't last
if
long.
you have a beard, either they need to make beards normalized, all 1/4 of an inch, one standard, or stick to waivers. But there should not be any religious accommodation.
Thomas
None.
White, answer your question.
Thomas White says, I processed so many of those waivers. The argument is the beard makes them closer to their God. So here's my thing. I can also argue my cross that I wear on my neck puts me closer to God.
You
Could I
wear that.
not?
You could wear that.
I can also argue that if I'm carrying, say, a bracelet that has what would Jesus do, keeps me closer to God, and it's purple. Does that mean I'm not a Christian because I can't wear it? Alicia says part of being a BMT shirt is filling all those accommodations. Filling all those accommodations you talk about. Way too many. I agree. It's too many. And there's like, if I was a person trying to get a religious accommodation, I got denied. There is no reason why someone should be denied a religious accommodation. Because how can you tell if someone is not true about their faith? How can you tell?
All right, Bracey
So
says.
Kenny Bracey says they need to normalize beards. I'll put it like this. I would rather they do that versus allowing religious accommodation. Just give them to everybody. Just just put the standard at something like they have it now, 1/4 of an inch. You can't outline it. You can't, dye it or whatever. Just 1/4 of an inch. And just do it. Charles this is close to their God. No, that's cat. I agree.
Oh,
I agree.
Fatality.
I
Look what-
agree.
Shay helped you out. Shay helped you
Shay
out.
says, Google answer. In Norse paganism, beards are a symbol of masculinity. So here's my thing. All right, I'll read it now.
Freedom and
Masculinity, freedom, and spirituality. They are also defined characteristics of Norse gods. Again, I can look up any religion, and they have. Katie Bracelet, I'm tired of explaining myself. Alicia says, Norse pagan told me having no beard makes them less than a woman in their beliefs. So again, here's just walk with me here. Can we all agree every religion has certain things that a true believer tries to follow to symbolize they are truly following the faith?
Yes.
Can we agree to that?
Yes. Yes.
So for a religious accommodation that we allow for beards, that we allow for headgear, why? Why? Like, I don't understand being a Christian. I've seen religious accommodations where people put in the religious accommodation that they should be able to wear a beard because Jesus had a beard. Really? I mean, like, really? I mean, then you have folks who wear like the headgear for their different type of faith. Keep it even across the board. If you want to join the military, you will conform to a certain standard, a certain baseline,
Mm.
and just leave it at that. Why bring religion in it?
All right, good. So
We're
I'm gonna
not telling you you cannot follow your religion. We're just saying while you're in uniform, you have to wear a uniform a certain way. Because I would tell you, if I am a person who has a medical waiver for a beard, or even worse, if I'm trying to get one and I can't, but I see one of my other fellow airmen that's got a big, long beard, I'll be a little pissed. What's to say? I might as well. What's to say? You got some people that decide to take a religion to wear a beard.
I mean, that's most people I think are doing. Okay, you're getting fired up, so I'm gonna go to these comments. You can get fired up. If the closer to God thing is real, then why not let Christians wear Jesus sandals and uniforms? Get the damn, you're so crazy. Also, Google, while Norse paganisms encourage beards, it does not require them. Ooh. Some say that focusing on beards detaches from the most important issues of paganism appears. Interesting. Okay, DC. I hear you, but religion is protected. Very true. And you be hard pressed to see religious coming.
I agree. That's why we shouldn't have it. That's my point. That's why we shouldn't have it. Look at the gooch on fire. Oh, Lord have mercy.
They need to normalize being a military member and quit crying about things that won't save your damn life when expecting your damn job, when executing your damn job, when then bullets and missiles flying over. Isn't that what I be saying?
Gooch, I need to see you right now.
Oh, sorry.
I picture Gooch with a retired hat on.
White jeans, black jeans, which had a beard.
Exactly.
White Jesus. I'm sorry, I said jeans. White Jesus, black jeans, which had a beard. Tony Boss said, I heard beards stop bullet momentum. Trajectory. All right, religious accommodations definitely look better than me. Religious accommodations definitely look better. I don't know what you mean by that. Can we get hooked on fine? Shay, I'll tell you right now. I thought I just improved. Goddamn, 30 minutes ago I was doing better. Now all of a sudden I'm detracting a little bit. Does not make me closer to Allah. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's you. I mean, other people look at things differently, I guess. I would tell them if they don't look like they're in standards, get out. They aren't the draft no more.
Can we go back to that comment about he said about Allah? That's interesting. Charles Davis says, I'm Muslim, and the beard does not make you closer to Allah. The Quran speaks about obedience. So what we talking about the beard? So reason why I want to go back to that is, again, the reason why, and I think Thomas White alluded to it, reason why they should do away with religious accommodations, because it's all personal feeling. It's how a person feels to make them feel closer to their God.
Right. It's
not a requirement. In their eyes, Tony B says, I'm wearing buffs and 95. Damn that retirement. I'm going to get one. It's going to be like Command Chief on there.
You such a nerd. You such a nerd. You such a nerd.
I just think that we need to do away with it. We just eliminate all religious accommodation. Throw it out the door.
It's not going to happen. Well, wait, let me stop. I don't know if it's not going to happen. It'd be interesting to see if it happens or not. Interested. All right, you ready to call the show? Because we might be getting back on later on.
Well, we might be getting back on later. So
that's what I just said. Man, first of all, great conversation, hard topics of conversation, but good conversation. I really want to appreciate everybody for being here and their comments, because you guys made the show go today. So I really appreciate that. Faith Donovan for staying up late at night out there in the land of the rising sun. Appreciate that. Everybody with their good commentary, good comments, and thank you for the bash as well. Dooley Allen in the building, late as hell. Yeah, I am tired, bro. I am tired. I got to hit the gym. Trying to be like you. But we should be back on later tonight. If everything goes perfectly, we should be back on later tonight. While I'm out at the gym, I will get on that Hooked on Phonics. Thank you, Shay. If you want to donate, I appreciate that. So I can go ahead and don't have to spend too much money on that because of those accommodations, including prayer time. That's a good point. Senior Coin, what's going on? Good to have you on here. Love it every time I'm on here, man. Get him. Thomas White, we're not talking about the Eagles
for the rest
of 2025. We ain't talking about them at all. Hey, Pete,
wait a minute.
The first thing
Pause.
Last week.
Pause. We got pause. Hold on, pause. Charles Davis, you had to do something. I didn't forget. Thank you for reminding me, Thomas. Charles, I remember you made a bet on the Commanders versus the Eagles. You need to pay up. Put in the comments what you're supposed to put on there. I'm not going to even let you have to come on face to face on camera, but you're going to put in them comments what you're supposed to say. Do it, Charles Davis.
Do it. You be really bossy. Hey, happy we can make y'all smart. Charles Davis with the 20 stars. Don't worry about whatever you about to do.
No, forget that, bro. I like this. Charles Davis, if you put another 20 stars, you won't have to say what you have to say.
Oh, SDC, what he said about Group PT on stat. What'd she say about Group PT?
What he said about Group PT on his stat. Oh. That's more to come on that one.
Oh, damn.
Why you put out all my tea, man?
Hey, why Robert Rowland say Nick Celtics on ABC? Man, the Eagles are the greatest. There you go. There you go.
Thank you. The Eagles are the greatest, right? Not the Bumanders.
All right. Anyway, go ahead. Take us home before everybody just gets on here.
So I'll foot stop what Pete said. Yo, I tell you, thank you. Words cannot express how much I am appreciated. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in today. It is good for me, for my mental health. It's like I said, it's like being on the block at the water cooler or next to the bodega. Just hearing you guys talk and stuff, I appreciate it, man. I really do. Thanks for y'all support. Just like Pete said, you know, it's hard keeping the lights on every single week. If y'all want to donate, cue the sad music.
That's not
if y'all want to donate, you know, just picture me and Pete out in the cold, singing over a barrel, Boys the Men style, because we don't have enough money to put the show going. So if you feel like you want to donate to us, help our show continue so we can support you, so we can make you have a safe place to talk about whatever you want. But now, seriously, we'll probably be on later on with the Jessica Player. I'm sure she has a lot of insight to provide to all these conversations. And later on, if you got some time, join in the conversation. It'd be great to see you guys again. So
if not, you can always watch it back on YouTube. We'll have it up there on YouTube. Go to the podcast. Yes. You can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Don't matter. We're up there as well. YouTube podcast as well. I don't even know if YouTube have a podcast, but anyway, find us on there. Let us know what you think. Comments are always great. We always go back and read the comments on YouTube whenever they come and try to respond. But see y'all later. Oh, you're welcome, Shay. You're so welcome. It was my freaking honor. Hey, Charles, we don't have an exact time yet. I think it's going to be like 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Maybe, 4 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. I think, somewhere around there. I can't remember for sure. 6 o'clock East Coast, something like that. Sometime in the evening. If you subscribe on our YouTube page, you'll get a notification. You'll automatically get an alert when we go live. So that's probably your best way to always take part. So really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. But anyway, we out of here? We out?
Yeah, we out.
We out. Peace. Holla
Go Birds.
Oh my God.